Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my recovery refuge. I am Brian. This evening, I was thinking about resentment and how in the big book of AA it says that resentment is the number one offender. It goes on to say because it can destroy more alcoholics than anything else, leading to a spiritual, mental, and physical illness and relapse. It got me thinking about in Hebrews, I think it's 12:15, I've got it right here. See to it that no man falls short of God's grace, that no root of resentment springs up and causes trouble, and by it many are defiled. Resentment can be looked at in a lot of different ways, but when you're experiencing resentment, think of it like this. You are revisiting a sentiment. You are taking the emotions and feelings of that time you were done wrong, taken advantage of, perhaps even abused, and you're feeling all of those emotions again. Now, how that keeps us from God's grace is we're not applying that same grace to those in those situations and those moments that happen that God has provided us. It was many years ago when Ed Trout was at our church and he was speaking on forgiveness. And it really didn't entail anything about resentment, so to speak, but if you have unforgiveness, it's definitely a resentment. But God was showing me, because sometimes my brain gets flooded, or used to for sure, with intrusive thoughts and morbid reflection, thinking back on the time that so-and-so did this and how I was wronged by that. Or even the idea of I would fall into euphoric recall about, oh man, that time was so great. But was it glorifying God? No. But my mind would just go down this rabbit trail and me not even knowing, and I would ask myself, how did I get here? Right? So what I started doing was, and I hope you can use this tool if you experience resentment or intrusive thoughts about someone, sometime, someplace, is as soon as it appears in your mind, as soon as you start to think about it, just speak peace, speak grace, speak mercy to it. I would literally say mercy, mercy, as soon as it would come up, mercy. And then there was my role in those things, right? Because sometimes I was an active participant in the very things that later I had a resentment about. So I had to speak mercy and grace over my part in it as well. What I pray tonight is that God would flood you with grace for every resentment that you have, that mercy would abound in every one of those situations, and that when it comes to mind, that the mind of Christ would rise up, and that you would offer forgiveness not only to those who offended you, but your role in it as well. Accept his forgiveness. Take that forgiveness and speak it over those circumstances and situations. So Jesus, we praise your holy name because you are worthy, and we thank you for the grace that you have afforded us. And give us a sound mind, Lord. Let our mind be thoughtful of you and your heart, Father. Consume us with the concerns of your heart, and let us speak life over every situation that we may have resentment about, or those that have resentment towards us. We speak life to it, Lord, so that you can be glorified. I'm Brian. This is my recovery refuge. Have a good evening.